What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Today we're going to be doing an update video on the comic book buy I made this past summer at a garage sale.
She was not allowed to use her electric wheelchair anymore.
Okay.
Things like these Spy vs. Spy, we looked them up on eBay because they're fully sealed. Those are $100 units.
Yeah, they could be. Now, I will link down below the entire video, but essentially, just to summarize what happened is I didn't actually buy the comics that day. They were asking individual prices for, you know, all the comics, all the figures, everything that they had. I tried to buy a few different things and it just didn't turn out that way. So I wound up leaving my phone number, said, hey, at the end of the weekend, if you don't sell these, contact me. I'll make you a fair offer for all of it. So that's exactly what happened. They contacted me. They didn't really want to give me a starting price, so I just threw out like, how about $100? They didn't want to, they wanted more than that for sure. They wanted 300 plus. We talked back and forth and we landed on $225. And I thought that was more than fair. It was a lot of work, let me tell you that. So this is what I'm going to show you everything that I've sold on eBay. I'm going to show you what I have left here. So these are the comics I still have listed on eBay. There's some Catwoman. There's some Green Lantern, Who's Who. I think there's a lot of 1 to 6 Green Lantern, some more Green Lantern, Teen Titan. You can see I still have some listed on eBay. Okay, so those ones are still for sale. I also sold about $70 worth of hardcover books and comics out of my antique booth. So there was a $70 worth of sales there. And then what I did, I lotted up everything else that I did not really want after I went through it one time and sold it in a big lot on Facebook Marketplace for $250. Okay, so right there, I've already made my money back plus profit. I'm going to tell you everything else that I've sold. And then in the house, I'll bring out after. I've got this little container full of books, full of comics that need to be graded. We'll go through those just briefly because I can't really give you a value on those exactly. But for now, let's go through the eBay sales and then we can go back and look at the ones that need to be graded and we can decide whether we think this is a good buy or not. Clearly, it's going to be pretty good, obviously, right? Because we've already made our money back, but how much more money was made on eBay? And as far as this stuff goes, I'm not going to value it right now, but there's probably somewhere between $200 and $500 and stuff still here that could be sold. All right, so we're going to go through these really quick here. You can see in the background right here the price, but I'm going to tell you the price for these. So this is Crisis on Infinite Earth. It's lot, it's a 1 through 12 lot. We got $79.28. Next, we sold this DC Technical Manual Star Labs 1993. I got 20 bucks on this one. Next up, we have Blackest Night Saga Essential Edition. Don't really know a lot about this, but we got $13.50. This one was more of a book than a comic. Comic Odyssey 1 through 4, so I've got a lot of 4 here. We got, looks like we got $25.13 roughly on this one. Next up, we have this Atlas of DC Heroes. Okay, on this one, it looks like we got about $25. Next, we had this role-playing book here. I think we got $40 for this one. It is Justice League 90s. Like I said, I don't know a lot about these things, to be honest, but you can look them up on eBay and figure out their value pretty easily that way. Here's a lot of the Outsiders 1 through 28. It looks like I accepted a best offer of $50 on this one. Actually, correction on that, it was $55 on this particular lot. Plus shipping, of course, on all these. Next, we have a lot of Batman and the Outsiders 1 through 32. Okay, on this particular one, we got $70 plus shipping. DC Comics, The Return of Superman 1993. Okay, this is a collection, so it's actually a whole bunch of, I think it's like the whole series in here, but regardless, I think I got 20 bucks on this guy. Next, we have this hardcover DC Universe. We wound up getting $15 plus shipping on this one. We have an individual Wonder Woman, so $10.80. $10 is the minimum that I was basically, if it was $10 or more, I would list it on eBay. There's a few that could have been worth 10 bucks that I didn't list based off of, I didn't think they would sell very well, but yeah, this one we got $10.80. Then we have a lot of, this is Super Sons. This is from 2018, so it's pretty modern actually, but it's 1 through 12, and we got $48. And I just showed this on my channel, I think last week potentially. And then Super Sons 13 through 16, we got an extra $18. And this one actually did go to the same buyer. So I have a little sheet here. So on eBay, it's $434.71. I have not yet removed fees from that. Just keep that in mind. However, if you look at the other sales that I've made, you know, there's clearly money here, okay? So $70 from the antique booth, that's actually what I made. So that's what I'm taking home from those sales. $250 cash on Facebook Marketplace. So that's $754.71. And once again, my buy cost is $225. And then I've already set them back up here, but these are still listed on eBay, so I can still sell those. In just a few minutes, I'm going to go in the house and grab the ones that I want to get graded. There's nothing crazy in there, but there's still some pretty good ones if they come back with decent grades. I'll show you a couple just so you have an idea of what's there. But all in all, I think I did pretty good on this buy. Even before we get into the ones that could be worth, you know, hundreds of $150 each. We'll get to that. Trust me. Some of them are pretty interesting. However, I could have probably made more money if I didn't just sell everything off for $250 on Marketplace. I probably could have did like a whatnot show, sold them individually for $4, whatever. At that point though, I was just sort of over it. I wanted to get them out of here. I didn't want to think about comic books anymore, so I just did it that way. And I still think I made some pretty good money. All right, so here's the stack that I've purposely set aside. And, you know, they're not worth anything. The way that they are now, they're worth like $10 to $16 a book, maybe. And that's if you look up every single one. Now, I'm just going to show you, every single one that I've saved here. So maybe if you see something that's super rare that I haven't, I've researched these originally and put them aside, but I haven't went back through and figured out what's what yet. But okay, first off, the first three I know, these ones, if they come back with a good grade, potentially Justice League, Funeral for a Friend. This one could be worth $100. Okay, this particular Wonder Woman is more valuable than a lot. It could, same thing, could be worth around $100. This particular Superman, #1, 1993 Man of Steel Doomsday. These could all come back with good grades to be worth $100 or more, okay? I'm just gonna go through the rest of them really quick with you. I'm not gonna even suggest how much any of these are worth, but you know, 50 plus if graded well, right? So there's a lot here, and you can see, I can't remember why I put that one in this pile, but it could be good still. Gods of War, another Superman, Man of Steel, another Wonder Woman. So these all had, you know, more value than the ones that I've already listed, right? So what else do we have? Green Lantern. This one I put send on. I'm not sure why, but this is definitely a modern one. Where's the year on this? I think this is like pretty new though. I think this one might be like 2018, something like that. A lot of these are 90s. Okay, and I think these are just empty boards. Hope there's one in there. Green Lantern. So you can see there's quite a bit in here. I really wouldn't want to put a value on any of them, but let's just say that I don't send them in and keep them the way that they are. I could still list every one of these ones here for at least $10 to $15 and sell them without grading them. And that's just the thing. I can't tell you that these are worth anything more than the $10 to $15 they're worth the way that they are. I've never sent anything in to be graded before. I do know that on the channel I mentioned I might send in 20 at a time. I'm not that confident. I'm probably going to send in 3 at a time, maybe even the first 3 that I showed you that I think are maybe worth around $100 roughly, because you know, this essentially what I'd like to do is send in a few, see if I can sell them, take the money that I make from those and keep flipping it over and over and sending in more and more. Maybe after the first couple times of sending some in, I'll feel more confident about the grading process, but I don't really know much about it. If, you know, when I do this, which hopefully sometime this month, I'll at least get the first few sent in. I'll update you on the process, how much it actually costs, because I'm just assuming a lot of things at the moment. But yeah, it's going to cost some money to get these graded. But luckily, we've made some money selling the comics that we have already. So do I think I did good? Yeah. I mean, this is pretty much just all the cherry on top right here. So if I get this stuff sent in and make some more money on this, that'd be great. If for some reason I decide after sending in the first round of grading that it's really not worth it, I can still list every single one of these for at least $10 to $15 plus, just the way they are. So I guess technically the story doesn't end here. You know, I'll let you know in the future what happens when I send these in, or if I decide not to send any more than the first batch in. I don't really know any of that, but I will update you in a future video. If you guys do like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we'll see you guys soon.